You've heard the same thing that I have, that caffeine is so bad for you and has so many like yep. I tried this shit. I went through the process of like quitting caffeine for 30 days challenge, whatever the fuck you want to call it. But I stopped drinking coffee for 30 days and I've only experienced negative side effects. I've been through the whole like having a lot of caffeine in my life and then having no caffeine in my life. And when I say that having a lot of caffeine is 10 times better, I mean it. So let's get into it. Caffeine is a drug. Cool. Sick. Maybe I'm addicted. Who knows? But I'm able to produce so much more productive work when I'm on caffeine, because I wake up in the morning and yeah, I'm supposed to have energy. I just slept, but who does? Who just wakes up from sleeping and has energy like that? Like, yeah, I've got energy to get up off bed and to get my morning routine started, but caffeine helps. Caffeine is your friend. Caffeine is joyful. Now, I'm not talking about having 5 monsters a day. That is bullshit. That is processed caffeine with a whole lot of like added flavorings and bullshit that we don't want to be a part of. We're not part of that. We are looking for healthy caffeine. We're looking at caffeine that's going to, I've said caffeine way too many times. Coffee, right? At the end of the day, we want to have a lot of coffee. Not too much to the point where we have a heart attack and die, like the Trent twins. R.I.P. Chris. Anyways. When you wake up, the ideal time to have caffeine, from what I've noticed, is about 45 minutes to an hour and a half after you wake up. So if you wake up, you go about your day, you do a couple things first, and then you have your caffeine, you won't experience as much of a crash. And as long as you're having your caffeine before 12, you're fine. You'll be able to get a good night's sleep. You'll be able to wind down and go to sleep perfectly fine. I'm really a person that loves to find ways around problems. I'm a problem solver. Call me an engineer for a reason. But when it comes to caffeine, I always like saw these videos like by Hamza, I don't know if Andrew Huberman made a video about it, but I know he likes caffeine a lot. He drinks a lot of coffee. But you see hyper-productive men. You see all these guys like Andrew Tate, E-Man, I'm just name dropping a whole lot. Like the Trent twins even. All these gym guys, all these groups of people, and there's different levels of success that they're going through. There's the guys at the top of the top that are having caffeine. There's the guys that are just making it to the top that are also having caffeine. Caffeine is such a healthy stimulant for you and your brain, because when you're on caffeine, you're able to also do a lot of work. If you're eating healthy and you don't have any processed shit inside of you, and you haven't eaten and you have caffeine, the work that you do will be 10 times better than anything you've ever experienced. And when I say caffeine, I'm talking about coffee beans, specifically coffee beans. Like, not the sort of sachets of coffee where it's a bunch of processed powder and shit. That is bad. That I agree, totally fine. I had this experience literally yesterday. I woke up in the morning, did my regular shit, had my coffee. I was hundreds. I was good. I was chilling. Then after that, I went out and I was waiting for something. So I decided to go ahead and get a coffee from like a store around there. And I had that coffee for the next 5 hours. For the next 5 hours after having that like cup of coffee that I got from a store, I felt like shit. When my body started to like to absorb all the caffeine and get it into my system, I started to feel like not itchy, but like negative. I started to feel a lot more self-deprecating. I started to feel a lot of like negative side effects from the coffee. And I went and I had a look. It was one of those shitty, grounded up processed coffees. So as long as you're not having processed caffeine, as long as you're not having too many monsters, Red Bull, as long as you're just having black coffee, no sugar, no milk, maybe honey, but at the same time, like, having carbs at the beginning of your day is a massive way to say, fuck you, I hate my life. So don't do that. Ideally, if you want to, it's your choice. But having just pure black coffee in the mornings, 45 minutes to an hour and a half after waking up, you'll be able to have a much more productive day. You'll be able to get all the work done you've been procrastinating. You'll be able to have 10 times better gym workouts. You'll be able to have a lot more social personality. Now that I think about it, instead of having like alcohol, you could swap it out for caffeine and have similar effects without the like whatever it is alcohol does to you that makes you like a twat. You'll be able to be more of who you are, as long as you're just having the healthy coffee, as long as you're having the coffee beans and not that processed shit. So caffeine isn't that bad for you. In fact, caffeine is your friend. Caffeine is gonna help you. Caffeine is gonna make your life better. I tried 30 days no coffee. I hated my life. I wanted to kill myself. Now I don't anymore. I'm having coffee, and I think you should too. I'm Swell. I'm the leader of my very own army, destined to bring good mental health and physical health to the world. Join us so that I may grow and help others and solve many other myths, like caffeine being shit for you. Toodles.